Hey, what's up, guys? I want to thank you so much for just stopping by the channel. You guys are all fantastic. Today we're going to talk about the new action movie that's out now on Netflix called Triple Frontier. This one stars Oscar Isaac, Ben Affleck, Charlie Hunnam, Pedro Pascal, and Garrett Hedlund. It's essentially the Expendables without the senior discounts. The story in this one follows a group of former special operatives that decide to basically go down to South America and steal millions of dollars from a cartel leader, and what can go wrong from there, right? Now, I certainly love my action movies. I also very much enjoy heist stories, so I was excited for this movie on premise alone. You add to that a cast that honestly feels extremely capable in this genre, and I thought it had the recipe for success, which I have to say it delivered on. I had a great time with this movie. It was able to grab onto my interest and keep me invested from start to finish. The cast was something that had me intrigued, but much to my surprise, it was actually the structure of the narrative that had me hanging on from one scene to the next. You can just constantly feel that things are going to go wrong for these guys, and waiting for it to happen was very tense, and it had me on edge. The focus was actually more on the suspense built through the heist than it was on generating action sequences, and I thought the constant curiosity of whether or not they're going to make it out or not was very engaging. It was a fight for survival that really appealed to me, and I have to say I think it wove in some clever hurdles to kind of keep their mission feeling fresh and unique at times. The characters, I have to say, were thinly developed, so despite a solid cast, there really was no deep dive into the personalities of them. I think where the familiar cast came into play really was by giving these otherwise cardboard characters some just some substance to invest in through their performance and just being recognizable alone. I mean, it's your typical group of ex-soldiers with your typical group relationship dynamics, but the cast without question elevated the material with their chemistry, which made them likable. The first act does sort of a routine job of introducing us to these men to give us a snapshot of their motivating factors. The personality types are framed up to kind of fuel future decision making, and from there things get going pretty nicely, I have to say. I do think the runtime at just right around 2 hours was slightly on the long side, but it wasn't a major hindrance. Plus, once the story gets going, the pace really does maintain itself. So later on in the movie, I kind of was able to connect with the fatigue of the characters, and I thought it was a nice compliment to the subject matter. I will say the dialogue kind of felt formulaic to the genre at times, but with the story and the heist itself taking the focus and a very capable cast delivering the material, that none of it just really distracted from the tension of the heist. The structure of the storyline was pretty simplistic. It doesn't try to incorporate too many different moving parts. This really lets the attention just remain on the group of friends trying to get out of South America alive. It keeps the situations grounded. It doesn't try to force in a bunch of spectacle. Things go south for these guys many times, and with the authenticity of the different mission scenarios, I thought it resulted in just honestly compelling cinema, wondering what they're going to do each time something gets in their way, and all the roadblocks in their path for escape come in many different forms. Some of them are more emotionally driven, some are just sequences of pure action with well-crafted shootouts. I mean, this movie could have easily just leaned on the gunplay and the action, but it just added the violence as a complement to the story, which I think made all of it land with that much more intensity. And I would have to say this movie was a success, and I enjoyed it, so I'm going to give Triple Frontier a solid 80% on the entertainment meter. I thought it was a very capable film on many levels. It's a solid heist story with a great cast that does make the most out of some surface level material. I think it could have dug a little deeper into the characters to make us fear for and care about them much more, but I mean, as they were, I thought they worked more than enough to fill this tense story with more than a simple plug and play characters. I thought the locations and the backdrops were all fantastic. They really pulled me into the world of the story. It has heavy doses of violence here and there, but with the focus being on just the adventurous suspense of the heist, I think it gives a overall fresh atmosphere to what could have been a very generic action movie. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a comment. I would love to hear from you all. Here are some links to some recent reviews just in case you missed them. The link to my official website, all my social media and merchandise store links are going to be down in the description below. And in the event me talking to you guys about movies every couple days is not enough Anthony in your life, I now have a second YouTube channel with a growing collection of non-movie related content for you guys to check out, and I'll see you guys next time.